Alrighty, welcome to the dungeon where I mess around with cards. I've done a couple of videos with a couple of submissions to SGC, and I've gotten about 8 cards back over those 2 submissions that I'm questioning the grades on. And so I'm going to crack the cases and send some of them back in. I haven't decided whether I should send them back to SGC or if I'm going to send them out to Jim Mint. Jim Mint will actually put them under computer simulation instead of somebody eyeballing it. So anyways, the first one that I'm really upset about is Kobe EX 2000 rookie card. Came back at a 4. I took this thing straight out of the wrapper into a penny sleeve and into a penny sleeve and then a card protector, and they're telling me that's a 4. Now, as you can see, sorry, there's a glare off the TV. Got the basketball game on. It's a pretty nice looking card. So anyways, I'll go ahead, crack this thing open. Got to be careful first time doing this. So using a flat tip screwdriver. Pop pretty easily. There's the card again. Take a look at those corners. That's a 4. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the corners on this thing. Nothing. The only thing that might decline the grading on this a little bit would be that white square around the center of the card. As you can see, it's not perfect, but the card itself there's just really not much wrong with it to come back at a 4. So for the 25-30 bucks that it costs to have them regraded, a 4, I believe this thing from my original grading, and then I have the box here, so let me look at this. I figured it would come in between an 8 and a 9, only because that center squared box is a little off. So that's the only reason. So again, you can kind of see that this side, the right side, or would be the left on the screen, and that center box is thicker than the right side. Again, not a flaw that would have been anything from handling, just a factory error. But there's no way that card comes in at a 4. So we're gonna go ahead and send that one back out. The next one, another Kobe, second year, 97-98 chrome. Actually bought some packs off of eBay, and this is one of the cards I got in the pack, fresh out of the pack, 7.5. And again, nothing wrong with the corners. And if you look at the centering on that thing, it's pretty centered. And part of what my concern is here is that some of these rare cards, so to speak, or I don't even call them rare cards, they're more valuable cards, tend to not grade well. So I have a Kobe rookie and a LeBron rookie. Now you can see those grades, 4.5 and a 5. Now I didn't bring them down with me here tonight, but these cards graded worse than cards that have scratches on them. I sent in 2 sets of these, okay? I had 2 of each card, These were the nicer of the two, and yet the ones with scratches on them both graded at a 6, and the ones without scratches graded 4.5 and a 5. So the Kobe, I figured between 7 and 8. The corners are soft on this one. And the LeBron, I had it dead nuts at an 8. So the value between a 5 and an 8 on a LeBron is like night and day. I basically lost my ass on these cards when I bought them by grading them. Doesn't make sense. Now, I don't know how many people are, you know, crack cases and then just freaking sell them raw because they get a grade like this shit back and they go, that was worth more raw than it was, you know, cracked. The other one that I'm thinking about cracking and sending back in, Tom Brady rookie, 5.5. Look at the centering on that thing. It's pretty damn centered. 5.5. I had this one coming in between 7 and 8. 8 makes a world of difference as far as money goes. 5.5, I basically broke even for grading it, so it might be worth sending it back. There's another one. I figured this to grade about 2 points higher than that. 88 Flair Jordan. Not sure if I'm going to crack it or not. And then I've got two other ones in here. And they both came back A's, with no explanation as to why. Now, if you look at the Mattingly, it's off-centered. It's a little bit off-centered. It's basically twisted. You know, it's kind of at an angle. And I'm not 100% sure what's going on with this Jeter. Because even if you look at their case, and they're saying and say it's altered, well, it fits in there pretty well. You know, and that's one of the things we look at, is how it fits in there. I do have another one of these that they did grade, but I don't. This one here, I don't know what's supposedly wrong with it, other than it's really nice. So I may end up cracking them and sending them out as well. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. We're going to crack this one now. You can hear it. Really upset about it. Being careful there. So, put on some glasses so I can look at the surface of this one better. I mean, there's a couple of, I guess, nicks you would call them in it. Maybe. As I look at this card, what in the hell is on the back? So maybe the 7.5. So as we look at this card, sorry, let me turn this differently. Maybe the reason they have it at a 7.5 is because on the back, and you probably can't really see it, but on the back of it, and this one's pretty well centered too, but on the back of it there's some, probably some of the sticky stuff from the last card that was in the pack. Now remember, I think I mentioned the fact that I bought this thing, I bought a pack this year. So that pack's been sitting around for over 20 years, and these cards are great sticking together. So anyways, another one that's going to go out. So I am going to be sending several of these out, which I've showed you on the video, and we'll see how these come back. I may just send 2 to start, just to see, and then we'll do a video when they come back in, and I'll open them up, and we'll see where they fall. So until next time, we'll see what happens. So it'll probably be a good month or so before we get to that, and I'll post both videos at the same time. Thanks for watching.